What up, Shipper Chaps? This is Shipper Chap Chat, episode 120. I am FooRay,
And I'm Chamba.
and we're two brown boy best friends that like video games and boobies. Let's get on with it, and
And we're
let's
both
never do
wearing
that intro
grey.
again.
We're both wearing grey as well.
Yeah, we are. A lot of it. Excessive amounts, some might say.
Yeah. I've got a grey
Okay,
shirt underneath as well. This is fucking weird.
let's talk some Comic-Con stuff,
Yeah, so
man.
Comic Con happened last weekend. We weren't there because we're not cool enough.
Yeah,
But
that makes me mad too, because this was like the first year that I was like able to go,
yeah,
and I
well,
still didn't go
make sure next
because
year then.
I failed to do the ticket part or
Ma-
whatever it
Make
is.
make sure next year. We'll
Yeah,
both go next year.
I'll
But
have to. Yeah,
in regards to Comic Con, even not being there, you don't really miss out because all the stuff that they show, well, most of it, anyways, they they do share stuff online. Not all the
they
exclusive stuff. Not
they
all the
did. I'm a
exclusive
little
stuff.
bitter we didn't get
Yeah,
Spider-Verse trailer. A little
sure,
bitter we didn't get the Venom thing.
sure.
Actually, while we're talking about the Venom thing, just real quick, one little bit of tidbit. He doesn't have the spider confirmed.
Okay.
He has a series of like crazy veins, white veins instead. At least it's not the big V, because
Yeah,
that would have
because
been
that's
annoying.
lame.
But I super don't understand how they couldn't design something other than just
Yeah,
veins.
yeah.
It's real
Isn't
weird.
there one of those? Isn't one of Venom's children's symbiote
Mm-hmm.
essentially like a Venom clone that's grayish, more grayish, has no symbol.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as bulky as well. So I'm like, that's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. I'm curious what the rest of the symbiotes are going to look like
All right, because there's
because they
gonna be
said
more
they
symbiotes.
yeah, because they said in the
Mm,
trailer that they showed of Venom, the
mm.
footage that they showed at Comic-Con, it was him fighting Riot, which is another symbiote.
That's that's bizarre, man. Like they're going
And
hard.
yeah, and if it's gonna be a thing like separation anxiety, where
Mm.
it's like him fighting several symbiotes and Carnage is big boss, I'm very curious about that. It just super sucks because it means we're in a world now where we can have Venom and Carnage like look pretty damn close to accurate, but we can't have the spider because no Spider-Man, and we can't have Spider-Man. We can't have Venom, or we
Mm.
can't have Carnage versus Spider-Man in a world where we can get Carnage in a movie. That's so
Do you think
badass.
they might have been rushing too much or like doing too much with this first film by having the whole separation anxiety thing?
I think it's kind of the only way to go with
Right.
Venom
Because he
because
doesn't
if you're
really have
not going to have
anybody else,
Spider-Man,
right? Yeah, that's why I'm like, this was a mistake to begin with.
yeah, it really was. It really was, but it could still be cool.
Yes,
It's just kind of a bummer as a fan of the
absolutely.
material that we
Absolutely.
can't see them. We can't see all the toys together.
Yeah.
Like they did it in a different way. They're like, here's all your toys because Spider-Man
Mm,
gets to play with all the Marvel people.
right,
But
right.
it's a little bit weird that he can't play with his own people. You know,
Right. Like his
like they're
own
doing
cat.
Silver and Black. Does that mean we're not going to ever see Black Cat in the Spider-Man world? You know, that's kind of a bummer. But anyhow, let's get on to the actual stuff. Oh, one other quick thing. Uh, R.I.P. to John Schnepp.
Yeah.
He died during Comic Con weekend. It was a huge bummer and a huge hit to me personally because
Yeah.
I have been a big fan of his for a real long time through his documentaries
Mm-hmm.
and through Metalocalypse, through Space Goes Coast to Coast for a long time before I even got to know him as a internet
Right.
personality. And
Yeah.
so it was even more of a bummer that he went so suddenly. Like literally, we are listening to that guy predict what was going to be at Comic Con a week ago or whatever,
It's weird.
and now he's gone. It's just so
Um,
bizarre.
I kind of like regret not even stopping by his table at Amazing Comic Con.
Right, just because you never
Yeah,
think
you
this is
really
your
don't.
last
You
opportunity.
don't. And I mean, I was super busy that whole
Right.
weekend, so I barely even got a chance to walk the con
Yeah.
floor. But I did see him like across the way at the comic thing, and I was like, "That's John Schnepp. You can't miss him."
Right.
But I'm
Because
like,
he's like 6 foot
yeah, yeah.
18
But
or
I'm
whatever.
also like, I don't want to disturb him. He's actually looking through comics.
Right, right. He
You know?
actually goes to Comic Con for
Yeah, yeah.
comics.
I'm like he's looking through stuff. I don't want to be that guy. But even though like watching all the videos and tributes to him, it's like he'll stop and actually like chat to you and even take a photo and stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want to be that weird. But anyway, yeah, it's a
Right.
loss. It sucks.
I was bummed I forgot that I had done that fan art of him, and I wish I would have like reposted it at the time, you know,
Yeah.
because somebody liked it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did do that fan
Mm-hmm.
art
You did
forever
it a
ago.
while ago too, man.
Yeah, but it just seemed also like weird to post like RIP a dude, and then him like shooting sweat off his body
But you
whole
have to
size.
remember, like, if you
I know
looked
he
at,
would have liked, he
yeah,
did
like
like it.
the thing about that is like he was all about celebrating the geek,
Right,
though, not
right.
about. Anyway, that's yeah,
So
loss.
that was a huge bummer.
Yep.
Also, another on the bummer list. It's not listed here, but I wanted to talk about it real quick. James Gunn getting kicked off of Guardians 3
Dude,
is a big loss over maybe potentially just dumb jokes, and that's a huge bummer, especially decade-old dumb
that's
jokes
a whole
that
thing
he
that we can
already
talk
got
about
called
in
out
full. Yeah, yeah.
for
That's what
before
that's the
Guardians.
worst part of it. And
Yeah,
like that's a whole thing we can even just discuss in its own little segment, but
just wanted to
it
relay it
sucks.
because this
Yeah.
is all during Comic Con's news.
Yeah, it sucks. That's a major suck right there.
But
But
we'll talk about that probably further in an
yeah.
oncoming
Well,
thing. But
obviously,
let's
hopefully
jump
more
right
information
into
anyways. Yeah.
trailer bits now.
So, first we've got like the first Titans trailer.
There's been a lot of buzz around this. A
Mm,
lot of the hashtag fuck Batman was trending
right.
during Comic
That
Con
was a major
weekend.
thing. Um
Uh, it seems Robin is a bit angsty.
so what
He's
network is this
also
on?
shooting people. It's on their dedicated DC Universe app or whatever.
So it's is it like an unrated show?
I think they are trying to go the Netflix series route.
Cuz it was violent.
Yeah, he's Robin is murdering people.
Hawk and Dove are like
Yeah, they
snapping
were slicing
necks and
people
like
and shit.
slashing
Yeah,
faces and stuff, and there
yeah.
was blood. So I'm
Mhm.
like, this is they're going in on this.
I really feel like they're trying to have counter programming to stuff like Daredevil on Netflix,
Sure,
stuff
sure.
like that. Because they're like, well, now we have our own app. We can do the dark stuff
It's
too, and we
just
can say fuck on our thing.
it's just weird
Marvel
because it's
guys won't.
like let's do it for the Titans as opposed to like the Outsiders or
It
something,
is a super bizarre
right?
choice to go that dark with
In the
Titans.
cinemas right now, there's a Teen Titans
I
Go to the
know it's
movies.
so weird. But also at the same time a trailer where Robin says "fuck Batman" and
Right.
kids are googling both.
Yes, because
Yeah, it is
that's
a bizarre
essentially the
choice.
same Robin. They're
Yeah,
both Dick Grayson.
yeah.
So that's weird to me.
But it also kind of feels like maybe this is it could be if they decided it was sort of the same Robin that Affleck's Batman had because
Sure.
he's shooting people, he's more
Sure.
violent, the
Yeah.
suit is sort of roughly similar. This could be a like prequel to that in a
They
way, but
could. They
I
could
super
easily
don't see
say
them
that.
tying in. But it seems like they were going for that flavor, you know.
Absolutely. It's dark, gritty.
I've heard a lot of people complaining about Starfire.
Yeah, they don't like how
Uh,
she looks.
they don't like that she's actually a black girl. Get over it.
It's hot,
It's
dude.
fine. Uh,
Just
she's got curly hair. Sorry, you can't spank it with your
right.
weird like I don't like black girls
Yeah,
thing.
it's like that doesn't fit within
She's
my
not
fetish.
naked enough.
That doesn't fit within my fetish.
Exactly. So I don't know. It looked fine to me. Beast
Yeah.
Boy was actually green, which kind of surprised me. Maybe he
Right.
only turns green right when he's about to transform or some shit. Because all the
Maybe.
behind the scenes stuff, he wasn't green.
Right. And I'm just gonna
Uh,
CG his skin green.
Raven and stuff looks fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually don't know enough about them to be that excited
Yeah.
about it. Like I'm like, I hope Deathstroke shows up, but he's in the Arrowverse, so I don't know if that works.
Oh, see,
And
yeah.
what
Yeah.
Arrow, from what I heard, is about to do its last season.
Good.
So I mean, they were only supposed to do five. I think they did seven.
Well,
So
good for them.
yeah.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy for those who actually enjoyed that show.
It seems like a good time to transition if they because they're just starting to do Batgirl, and Batgirl's supposed to take place in the same CW universe or
Are they gonna do a Batgirl?
Batwoman. Excuse me,
Batwoman. They're doing a
Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Yeah, as part of the Berlantiverse, they're gonna debut her in the huge crossover event they do every year.
Okay.
She's going to show up there and then spin off into her own series, sort of how like they did for Flash showing up on Arrow. Um,
It's
so
it's just weird how
it
mainly
is
the adult characters are in the more general audience friendly, and
right. And
and
Teen
the
Titans
younger
is
characters
hardcore.
are the ones killing and swearing. It's bizarre. But what do you think of the trailer, anyways? Though,
It seems fine. I
would
don't
you
know.
watch it? Do you have like? Do you plan on checking it out, or
I
are
would
you
like to
not gonna
see the
bother?
first couple to see
Okay.
what the actual tone of it is, to see how they allude to Batman. Because that's the thing about the Batwoman show is I kind of feel like they're gonna do what they did with Supergirl. Like Batman might show up for a few episodes, like they'll
Ooh,
cast
could
somebody
they?
random, they'll design a TV version of
Because
his
it seems
outfit.
like Warner Brothers DC are way more protective of Batman than they are with Superman.
I would have thought they were protective of the main three because
You'd
those guys
think,
don't show up. But
absolutely,
then
but
when Superman showed up just as a guest spot,
yeah,
I was like, now anything's possible. So,
I guess. But
and
the
you know,
fact
they've
that
been
Gotham
referencing
doesn't
Bruce
even have
Wayne in
Batman.
that's true. But I feel like you can't have Batwoman without alluding to Batman.
Sure, sure,
So
yeah.
he's got to exist to some capacity, you know, especially when Hershey is supposed to take place in
But see,
Gotham.
we say you can't have Batwoman without alluding to Batman. You
Cut
can
to
have
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
with anyway, that was the
And a Joker
television.
movie coming out without Batman.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's get on the movie
Another
trailers.
trailer, Glass. They showed the trailer
The
for
third
Glass.
part in the
Mm.
Shyamalama Ding Dong verse.
Yep, in the Shyamalan
Uh,
superhero.
I am very curious about it.
Yes, I am too.
I can't say that what I saw in the trailer, like I was like, oh, like hella
Yeah,
hyped or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But I love Unbreakable. I've still not seen Split,
How
but
have you
I
not
get it.
seen Split? I
I
think you
don't
need to
know.
watch that one.
I think I do too, but I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I'll probably wait until right before Glass
Okay,
comes out,
that
so
makes
it'll
sense.
be like fresh in my mind.
I just hope like you don't watch Split and go, "Wow, this was shit," and I've got a ticket for Glass. I guess.
No, I mean, it looks like Glass is closer to what Unbreakable was
Yep.
than what Split was, because Split they had the whole premise of you're not going to know it's an Unbreakable thing until
Right.
the
Right.
end. So it was kind of played straight as potentially like a horror thriller thing
And it was. I mean,
until
the
you
film
get
was.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a superhero thing at the
Yeah.
end.
Which is
So
cool.
I'm very curious how that part's going to work.
Yeah, I am too.
Uh,
We'll see
you
how
know,
that
I'm
goes.
excited to see it. It's weird that David Dunn wouldn't have like like changed his gear at all in a decade or whatever. I do
Yeah.
like that they brought the kid that played his kid in the first movie in Unbreakable back now as like a 20-year-old is nuts to me.
Which is
But
cool
I
because it
love
means it's going in real time.
right. I love that they did that. And fortunately for that kid, he didn't have the Haley Joel Osment syndrome where
Yeah,
he turned into
fortunately.
like a giant weird baby.
It would be
Uh,
bizarre because like people would be thrown off. It's like, wait, that can't be the same kid. Like if they did
right,
AI too, and it's like, what?
right. Or like Six Sense Part Two, and he's
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's
older.
like, wait, what?
That is the same kid, but why is it
Yeah,
fucked up looking?
like this looks like him,
Right,
but why
but
does
it's got
everything?
this much
Yeah, we
face and
can't
this
crop
much head.
this. Are we gonna do the Captain America thing where we're just gonna put his face onto a different body?
Yeah.
That's unfair. I apologize.
Um,
Next trailer was Shazam.
so Shazam looks kind of cool to me.
Hmm.
I don't know that we need to break it down too much. It looks like New 52 Shazam story. I thought it was
Yes.
kind of weird that Jaimin Hanzu or whatever that dude's name is, he's in
Yeah.
like everything now.
He really is.
He's in Guardians.
Yep.
He's Shazam in Shazam,
Yep.
and he's an Atlantean and
Yep.
Aquaman.
But he's
That's
under makeup.
confusing.
He's under makeup. So yeah,
Still,
yeah.
and he was like, wasn't he like Brother Voodoo in Constantine? Like that guy is quickly
Yes.
like he's trying to like rack up comic shit like Ryan Reynolds
He
style as
needs to
fast as
be
he
in
can.
Spawn.
Ooh, as what?
I've,
Chapel?
yeah, dude.
That'd be
Done.
good.
Done.
So
The
it looks
trailer
good
looks
to
good
me.
though.
It looks like big with superpowers.
Yeah, which is fine.
I super hate that they had him doing the dance thing.
Oh, that because you know by the time that's out,
It's not
It's
relevant
old. Yeah,
anymore.
it's
You know,
old.
I hate when
It's
they
old.
try to stick
Yeah.
like time capsule trendy shit in
Don't
the
do
movie.
that. Don't do that.
No.
Like just him interacting with his foster brother isn't enough.
Right,
You
right,
don't
and
have to.
it looks fun. You
Yeah,
know,
it
them
looks
trying
fun.
to discover his
Hmm.
powers and stuff looks fun. The villain they didn't really show any
Nah.
of, except for Mark Strong has superpowers too, so they can fight each other.
Mark Strong, he's another one that's been in a bunch of comic book movies.
He really has. He really has. He's just got one of those faces, man.
Cause he can be anybody.
It's
Um,
weird too, though, because it's weird when you're more than one character in DC's properties. Because he was also
in Green
whatchamacallit.
Lantern.
Yeah, he was also in Green Lantern
Mm-hmm.
as the bad guy in that. So going from Sinestro to Shazam villain,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know. It looks good. I hope they
I'll
do
watch it.
the piano scene from Big.
Yeah, but like him busting the piano because he's super strong.
I'm into it. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Speaking of which, though, Aquaman trailer
Yes.
looks good to me. It looks fun.
Looks fun.
I love that they kept Mira having like comic book red hair,
Oh,
like fully
yeah.
red.
Her hair is so
Uh,
fake, but it's like, yep, that's the comic book right there.
yeah, because she looks
Yep.
like badass warrior Ariel, and
Mm-hmm.
that's dope. Keep it.
Like I know, I
Uh,
think I read comments where like, it looks unrealistic, and I'm like, it's a
she's
comic
a
book. Yeah,
mermaid.
it's she's not. Yeah, she's not even from where we're from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that Patrick Wilson is in it.
He's
Uh,
great. He needs to be in more
Anything with
shit.
him in it, I feel like is worth a gander.
Mm.
I love that they went comic book accurate with Black Manta's
Dude,
outfit and have him like blowing shit up
did you
with
see
it.
the
So
actual
that's cool.
poster for this film? Even Patrick Wilson's helmet.
I didn't see his helmet. So
Dude.
they did the I know he was holding it in that
Oh no
picture
no!
of them
On
together,
the
but I didn't
poster,
see it
he's
on him.
wearing it. Yeah,
And it looks
it's
full
comic
ocean master.
accurate.
Dope.
Essentially, the only character that's not comic accurate in terms of appearance is Aquaman himself.
But we know that happens
Yeah, yeah,
because
exactly.
he
Right,
gets the
right,
orange and
right.
green shit.
So essentially his face isn't comic accurate, but
I appreciate them going as close as they can
yep,
to the designs from the comics with
absolutely,
a property like Aquaman, where it seems
absolutely.
like everybody would be afraid of it. You know,
Yeah,
everybody goes, he's got the yellow scales and the thing. That's dumb. And Black Manta's got the big dumb
mm-hmm.
head, and Ocean Master's got a big dumb helmet.
Right.
And all of it looks cool to me, man.
It looks fun. You
I'm
know what it
so
looks like? It
excited.
looks like a comic book movie.
It looks like an adventure movie,
Yep.
and you and I have discussed several times
Mm-hmm.
how really that's what they all need to be. Just make them solid adventure movies, and we're on board.
Solid
Uh,
sci-fi fantasy ish, because that's what it is
James
essentially.
Wan directing it is really
That's
interesting.
the
Like
interesting part to me.
I'm really curious because I heard the director of Shazam is a buddy of James Wan's, and he's also a horror director. They're like
Yes.
they're like tapping horror directors for the current
I
like
forgot
DC
his name.
roster.
Yeah, it's hey, why not? Why not?
If it works and it looks like it is, I'm curious. They didn't give us the Wonder Woman 84 footage, but
No.
I heard that one was a little bit weirder to settle into because it's very like suddenly very bright compared to what the first
Right.
Wonder Woman is, and
It's like
like
these
she's
films are
fighting in a
essentially
mall.
yeah,
And,
it's like
yeah,
these films are rebooting
oh, it's
the DC
it's fully
universe.
like a New 52
Yeah.
reboot in the middle of
It
the
really is.
universe.
It's a new 52 for the cinematic universe.
Yeah,
Is don't they have a new term? It's not the DCEU anymore or some shit. They was like
it's
referring to it as
DC Worlds.
yeah. So like whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
DC Worlds.
Whatever DC.
Yeah, sure, man. I'm glad it's not DCFU because that one was the most unfortunate title. It was the DC Film Universe,
Oh
but
no, that's
but
great though.
DCFU, come on, don't go with that
FU, it's
acronym.
FU,
Yeah.
Film Universe DC.
Yeah, so
Oh,
pretty
that's
unfortunate.
perfect. That's perfect.
On to the next, sir.
Yes. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Okay, so did you salivate immediately upon watching this?
Um, I'm gonna watch it. I think the trail like first seeing the trailer it didn't make me super excited, but I'm like afterwards
Seeing all those
oh
monsters
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
you already like fully
Yes,
realized in
I
that
do.
style didn't
But
make your
it's
nipples do this?
it's after watching it, my automatic, I guess, fear was like,
Uh,
oh no, it's gonna be primarily about humans still, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well they gotta have the
I
human.
know. But then like afterwards I
But there's
started
so many
watching.
monsters,
I
they
know.
can't fuck
I
around.
know.
They've got to
It's
show it happen.
they really can't. They really can't. Like the
Because
fact that we're gonna get
they showed
Ghidorah.
Mothra, they
They showed
showed
Mothra, they showed Rodan, he's the fire
that's the
one.
three head guy.
No, that's Ghidorah. That's King
They
Ghidorah.
showed him too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I'm assuming that was the one that looked like fucking Shinron under the ice.
essentially, yes, he's the one with like
Okay.
three heads.
I didn't in the ice scene. I didn't see the three heads. It just looked like a big ass long dragon.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, cool, he's fighting Shinron."
And Rodan
Uh,
is the fire one.
what's that one look like?
Like a giant pterodon. Pteranodon?
Oh, right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
um,
So this film's gonna be bonk.
yeah, I just how the fuck does he fight all of these things and then they're like, now let him fight King
Yeah, and
Kong?
I'm like, so let's downgrade.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done King
Yep.
Kong first and then they both like
See,
team up to fight all the
that's what I
monsters.
thought they were gonna do.
Yeah, it seems bizarre, but whatever. Maybe they're not committing to the King Kong part because it just seems weird because in Skull Island they for sure showed that
Oh no no,
Godzilla shit at the end, right? I'm
they
not
are
just
committing
making
to the
that
King
up.
Kong because they're definitely planning. That's after this one. They're gonna have a. They're gonna meet after this Godzilla 2.
And that the Skull Island one,
Yes,
that was a
I
that
guess.
was a period piece. Was that
Yes, it was a period piece. That one took place, I think, in the. Was it like the Vietnam War?
really?
80s? Yeah,
Okay. Huh.
yeah, yeah. That's why it's like they even like had lines in that film where it's like, oh, this is an adolescent King Kong, meaning he's still growing. They even had a line saying he's still growing.
All right, just so they can be like, and now he's Godzilla
Yep.
size.
But
He doesn't need to climb
you can
buildings.
be Godzilla size, but Godzilla can breathe fucking fire and shit.
That's the thing is, he somehow, while Godzilla size, has to still be as agile as a regular gorilla.
That's gonna be
Because that's the
destructive.
only way
I
that it
know.
makes sense.
It really
Because
is.
he's got to be able to outmove
Yeah.
Godzilla. Because he doesn't have none of the unless they go now Godzilla has eye laser or King Kong has
King
eye
Kong has
lasers,
eye
so he can
lasers.
keep up.
I think in the classic one he had eye lasers.
What King Kong?
Maybe. I could be
That's
making this up. I don't know because I remember seeing a picture of laser.
some
Anyway,
shooting eyes
that's
or
gonna
eyes.
happen
Oh
still after
jeez.
this one.
I don't know enough about the monsters to
Yeah,
be okay with
it's
that.
the monsters are no longer called kaiju's because they're called
They're
titans. Yeah,
Titans
they're the
because that's
titans
the
of the yeah,
American version.
right.
And because they don't want to compete with Pacific Rim
Right
with
because they
that one,
already
I'm
use the
sure.
word kaiju. But I'm gonna
Uh,
watch it.
it looks cool.
I'm
I
gonna
don't really
watch it.
care that Millie Bobby 11 is in
Yeah,
it.
that's my thing. Is I'm like, is she the focus? Because she's like a
It
big
seems like
name
she's going to be
now.
a pretty big focus.
Is she the one that's gonna have a telepathic link?
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I hate that's a thing. I hate that
that's
that's a
old
thing.
school Godzilla shit though.
I get it, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't watch enough of it to be okay with
To
that.
me, like it hasn't been in many of the modern Godzilla ones and the older ones. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. But I'm gonna
That's
watch it.
fine.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, looks cool.
It
Did
does.
Ken Watanabe go in the other one, or is he still
I think
around?
he's still around.
Okay, I
I
hope he
don't know.
shows up.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Let's get on to the Pistoristance.
Yep. Last one.
Uh, Alita Battle Angel trailer,
Mm-hmm.
new one came out. I thought this looked fantastic, dude.
Oh, this. I'm
I love that they
excited.
showed a bunch of the other like rival robots,
Yeah.
and I love that they showed her like upgrade body thing.
Yep.
I think that looks really dope. I hope they keep some version of her arms though, because I think her arm design is sick.
I love how it looks almost it's like ivory, like marble. The
Oh yeah,
white
yeah,
arms.
no arms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
white
think it looks
arms. Yeah, it
fantastic.
looks
Yeah.
sick. I know people are still complaining. It's like she doesn't look real. I'm like, she's not real.
Well, yeah, I don't
Like
know. It
she's
really,
I don't know what to tell
I
you.
don't know how to explain it to people, but it
Yeah.
really doesn't bother me. I don't
No.
know if it's just that
I've
I've seen
I've
enough.
yeah, I don't have a single issue. Like
Yeah, I
I
really
think
don't.
they showed photos of like the Hot Toys that's coming out soon. Like life-size statues that they had at San Diego, and I was like, yeah, that's a leader right there.
All right,
Like she looks like an
all right.
artificially created being, which is what she's supposed to be in the movie. So
Which, for whatever reason, given if it was like a very similar design,
Mm.
I don't think it would have worked for me in like the Ghost in the Shell,
Nope.
like the Scarlett Johansson thing. But for some reason in this one, because she's like fully a robot,
Yep.
she's fighting giant like mecha robots, it just doesn't bother me at all. It looks fucking rad. I
It
can't
looks
wait to see
great.
it.
It looks
The action is
great.
going to be bonkers.
It's
If
Robert
you remember
Rodriguez.
Sin City, Robert Rodriguez is going to pay close attention to detail. He's going to give us some sick
But not
visuals.
just that, it's like you got James Cameron producing this. Like he is actually overseeing this because this was what he wanted to make.
Which is why all the tech to me for all those
Oh,
effects looks insane.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm
I
excited
can't
for
wait,
this.
man. I think it
I'm
looks
excited
fucking
for
rad.
this.
I think the action looks great. I
Yep.
love the shot at the end where they show the big dude and his like fingers
Mm-hmm. The
lengthen
actual
or whatever to do the
yep.
whip
I
thing.
was like sick, sick,
Yeah, it
sick,
looks dope, dude. The
sick.
scene where the first like chick robot shows up and she's got like the mantis
Yeah,
blade
dude.
thing. She looks dope. Ed Screen's in it, and he doesn't look like
The
annoying to
atmosphere
me, which
looks
is kind of
great.
amazing. Yeah, I love it. The tone, like the
Mm-hmm.
visual. The only thing that I've seen from it that I'm like, I don't really like that is the romance story with the boy.
I
That's
mean,
the only part where I'm like, I kind of wish that the boy wasn't in there, and it was just her running around
right.
fighting these robots alone.
Because I mean, I understand where they're taking that from,
Right,
right?
because they're humanizing her. They're
Sure.
giving her things to feel.
Well,
I understand all that, but
it's also
just
from
from
the
what I've
OVA.
seen, I'm like,
It's also from the OVA.
for sure. I just don't know if
Right,
their
right. No,
execution
yes, yeah.
works for me so far.
And
It feels very Disney in a movie where
everything is brutal.
it's
Yeah.
murderous robots.
Because the thing is, like, because the Alita manga is, it's there's so much story, so I don't need like
Right.
I don't know what they're gonna actually tell at this
Mhm.
point. If they could just take bits and pieces off, anyways, and just tell an Alita story, then it should be good. All I know is visually, I'm down. The thing
Yeah,
looks
I think it
great.
looks fucking
Yeah, it
radical.
looks great.
I can't wait to see it. I don't even remember when that one comes out. Do you remember what the
I
was on
don't
that
even know if it's this year or not.
one?
Maybe end of year.
I
Let me
just remember they
check.
started filming that a grip ago, so
Well, I
I
mean,
feel like
visual effects, you know. Oh,
um,
snap! This year, December.
December 21st.
Yep,
Well, I hope it doesn't get delayed.
that's the same day as Aquaman.
Ooh, choices.
I'm gonna
I
watch
feel
both.
like, ooh, I mean, I'm definitely gonna see both of them, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
Which
which
do I
one is
watch first?
priority?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Which
now
one?
that I gotta,
Which
now that
do
I
I
gotta go with these
IMAX?
plebeians that don't go immediately like I do, I have to make choices. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
you
saying?
do. I can just go.
So,
I'm gonna go. I'm going. Like, who am I gonna go with? Because I've been asked by like different
right.
people.
My job is to convince somehow in
Initiate.
that time to
All
do like a
right.
double feature or something.
I guess I could do a
Uh,
double feature with that. That would be
anyhow,
worth it. Yeah.
it looks great to me.
Yeah.
All like literally all the trailers that came out during Comic Con for the most part looked like a lot of fun to
Mm-hmm.
me. Even Titans, even though that didn't like blow me out of the way, make me
No.
hype, I was still like very much want to
Sure.
see
Absolutely.
how that turns out, you know.
I was still like,
So
hey, that actually looks decent still. It doesn't look like garbage. It's weird.
right, exactly.
You know, I mean, the fact that they're kind of like relying on, well, not even relying, but they put down the whole fuck Batman thing. I was like, all right,
Right.
that's a
They got that
thing.
out of the way like
Yeah,
early, like
this
this
is
is his
not. Yeah.
relationship to
Mm-hmm.
Batman. I just as much as I like get that and everything, one thing about the Titans thing, real quick, it seemed like maybe he was like way too old when the thing happened to his parents. When they showed the like the flashback,
He should have been
I
younger.
feel like he should have been a kid so they could show that there has been a long
Yep.
history of him
Because
being
at
with
this point, he
Batman.
looks like he's been Robin for like 3 years,
You're right. He
barely.
was like, "Oh man, a couple years ago I
Yeah.
was robbing, and now I'm a murderer."
Yeah.
You know, it
Now
just
I'm
seems
now I'm
like,
snapping necks and
yeah, I feel
shooting
like they should have
guns.
shown like he grew up that way, and that's why he's fucked up now
Right.
because it's a decade of him doing that
Of him working under a mass murderer Batman.
and being a like cop during the
Mm-hmm.
daytime or
Yep.
whatever.
Being
You know, it
detective
looks
guy.
interesting though.
Yep.
I'm trying not to prejudge. I saw a lot of people either going like, "I'm excited," or "This looks like shit" because he says "fuck Batman,"
But
and you know, I don't.
that is the world we live in. I'm gonna
Yeah,
judge without really caring. I'm gonna, I don't like it, so I'm gonna hate on it
Yeah, it's
wherever I can.
extremes. It's got
Yep.
to be all the way one way or all the way the
It's
other.
not even like, you know what? Cool, I'll check it out. Or
I really feel like a lot of times we're like the only two people who are like, I guess we'll just wait and see.
yeah, I don't understand. Like, what I don't get as well, it's like, even if, say, oh, I'll wait and see, or it's like, it doesn't look like it's for me, but you know what? I might watch an episode or two, but if it's not for me, then I don't have to watch the rest. Like,
Even
that's not even
super
hating on it.
irritating to us. We did that with like turtles. We were like, you know, the last one they kind of messed up, but the second one,
Right?
we'll just wait and see.
Like,
There's like
I guess we're
big
stupid and
possibility.
naive, maybe.
We're
But are we
hopeful.
just,
We're hopeful.
hopeful?
Exactly, because we want them all to be good, you know.
But it's not even that. It's like, even if it's not for the both of us, there are people out there who are probably going to enjoy it. So I'm glad they got something.
Yeah,
That'd be good for them.
and it looks like fun. Not just Titans, but all the
No,
trailers.
all of them, all of
I
them. I'm gonna
hope to
watch
see
the Alita one
Spider-Verse
again.
trailer soon, please.
Hopefully we get the Spider Verse soon. Hopefully we get the Wonder Woman. Is that what it's called? Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
Weird,
yeah.
weird. Hopefully we get those two soon. And what other trailers are you? Maybe the Venom one.
Uh,
Maybe another Venom one.
I'd like to see the Venom one because I
Yeah,
want to see any of the other
Veins. Oh
symbiotes.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
that
to
too.
see how they are tackling other like color schemes and shit because we've only seen like black slimy.
Yeah,
And in the as much as I just really wish I could talk to someone like fucking white veins was the
yeah.
best you guys could come up with, not just like an alien creature
Someone's
attached to
gonna
his
like
rib
one of the
cage or
concept writers
something.
like, well, we had an idea. It was a V.
Right. Oh
It's like
God.
okay, could
And
have
I
been myself.
saw, that Venom's got like an origin story comic out right now, and they show like the creator of all the symbiotes is like this kind of Count Dracula looking devil guy, and
Okay.
he's got like a version of the Venom symbol, but the center part is different. It has like a little tail or something instead of having like a spider body. And I'm like,
Have a face hugger.
right, but I'm just like, why does the original guy like have it?
Yeah, because it's
I mean,
dumb.
like, Venom is the only one of
Yeah,
the symbiotes with a
that's
spider
yeah,
symbol.
it's
Why does
dumb.
the original guy have that spider symbol?
Because it's
Like that's super
stupid. Because they
crazy.
wanted they wanted to basically spoon feed the reader. It's like this is the daddy.
Yeah, he made the
He's
Venom.
the
Do
granddaddy
you
of them
get it?
all. It's like what about Carnage? Where's his? Oh, yeah, he doesn't.
He's around. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. Uh,
it is a spider in there somewhere.
right. So I don't know. It's kind of bizarre, but we'll
Whatever.
see how it goes. It's weird to me still to make a Venom movie without Spider-Man.
Oh
It's weird
yeah.
to me to make a Joker movie without Batman. It's weird to me to make a Black Cat movie with no Spider-Man. We just have to kind of wait and see on these ones because they're kind of unprecedented so far.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time that they've done that before, where
No.
they just go, let's make the movie about the bad guy or whatever,
Hmm.
and don't even allude to the good guy. You know what I mean? It just seems like a bizarre choice,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh, also, just I think it was maybe a couple hours ago, the shareholders agreed, and Fox is now under Disney.
okay. So now all we gotta do is get them through government, and we're good to go. If all the companies have agreed, then now government just has to approve it. So it sounds like we might be getting some Fox stuff in the next couple of
Doctor
years.
Doom, Fantastic Four, let's go.
I want to because I don't know if you remember, but we talked about it on the show a while back that they like very suddenly greenlit a bunch of like Sony stuff. Like there was a Silver Surfer movie in the works. There was some sort of Doctor Doom solo thing in the works.
Was that Fox
So
doing it?
yeah, that was Fox like scrambling to do it before they lose the
Right,
IP.
right. So it's almost
I
like they
don't know
knew.
if any of that stuff will come out, and then they'll just go like, "You guys deal with it now. We're making money off it because we are doing it."
All I know is
But
that
I
in the
haven't heard anything
comics,
since then.
an X-Men title is coming back in I think November or December.
An X-Men title,
Like I forget what it was. Like an X-Men, an X book is gonna be.
Uncanny or something.
Yeah, they're like advertising it now. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah, and
and
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four
Four,
is
yeah,
on
it
its way
just came
back
back
too. So
essentially. So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
prepping, man. They're prepping. It's like we got to remind the people that you know, that these characters belong to us and they exist,
Right.
so that once we can slowly do good stories there, we can use those stories and make them into movies.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
it really does a lot of times feel like when they're gearing up to do
Mm-hmm.
something, they'll like kind of do a couple test runs in the comics to kind of like feel out what the new versions of these characters are and then see where that goes.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. I think that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, also I missed something out on the notes, but they did the announcement trailer for Iron Fist season 2.
Okay, yeah, I did hear they were at
Yeah.
Comic-Con. I didn't see the
It
trailer
was
for
just a
that.
brief one. It was basically just Danny Rand fighting dudes in the street in an alleyway.
I think that actually comes out soon.
September.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
So
But actually, you know what's fucking weird is because of Luke Cage,
yeah, I'm
his
excited.
appearance on Luke Cage. I'm like, I
Yeah,
want to
I'm
see it.
actually pumped.
And I super didn't care about
I'm
the
pumped.
first.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the trailer and he's basically like punching a bunch of dudes and like the camera angle like looks like it got knocked over because like you were from the POV, I think,
Uh-huh.
of one of the guys he was fighting, and I was like, and it says like the trail it's coming soon. I was like, I'm down. I'm down.
I'm curious
Like
because they said they put so much more emphasis on the action and the fights to try and make that stuff look really good. They hired on one of the Marvel movie action guys. I think it was
good,
Black
good,
Panther's
good, good,
stunt choreographer.
good, good.
So I don't remember necessarily all the fights in Black Panther being like amaze balls, but
The
I'm
only ones that
curious
I
how that will
remember
work on
are
a
the ones that I
smaller
didn't
scale.
like was the CG fights,
Right, those were
because that stands out
CCG.
as in a negative way.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
yeah,
cool
I'm
beats.
I'm
Hope
looking
it's good.
forward to it. Like based on his appearance in Luke Cage, I was automatically like,
You think we get
that's
the
a good one.
mask this season because they know they piss
It
people off?
it would be nice just to
I
even
feel like they need it. Why is Daredevil the only one with a
yes,
costume? I'm over
right.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
get Luke Cage and Jessica Jones not doing it.
Nah.
Let Danny Rand have a fucking
Yeah,
costume,
yeah, yeah.
man. Just let him do it.
Especially when they showed the flashback of the older
Yeah, because it
Iron
was
Fist.
rad
He
looking.
was like
Just give him that.
that shot was like, oh cool. That was Iron Fist.
Exactly.
That was Iron Fist. He was using both his fists as well. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all
And
right.
I heard the Steel Serpent, the Iron Fist bad guy,
Yeah.
he's supposed to show up in this one and have Iron Fist abilities too. So we'll see them like
Ah, sweet.
fully
Sweet.
battling.
Well, I mean, September. Come
Yeah.
September, we'll watch
Not
that
too
shit.
long, man.
No?
I think from what I remember, it comes out the same day as the Spider-Man game. So that's going to be tough for me to do both things at the same
Yeah.
time because I'm going to be lost in that Spider-Man game for a week.
Yeah, you would be.
So I think it's going to be like playing during the day and watching at nighttime. We'll see
Well,
how it goes.
it's all good. It's all good. You'll work something out.
Yeah, but that sounds like a good place to wrap up
Mm-hmm.
120. Comic Con is now over, but we're flashing forward, and there's only going to be more news and stuff
This
coming out.
weekend is Wonderfest in
Ooh, some
Japan.
toys, some
So
toys
some
coming
toy
out.
news and shit, most
Maybe
likely.
we'll have
If
a toy special
yeah.
soon. Talk about all that toy news.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, guys, stay chipper, chaps.
Stay chipper.